Hey, welcome to another episode of Geek Money Life. So it seems like everywhere that you look today, whether it's on YouTube, on the internet, on TV, you're hearing invest, invest, invest. And if you're not investing, you're either stupid or a loser. And if you are ready to invest, there's plenty of financial apps and services that they're ready to offer to you. So kind of makes you wonder. But today, I'm going to be giving you my top 5 reasons why you should not invest. Because at the end of the day, it is your money and there's more options out there than simply just investing like everybody else is told to do. So let's start off with the first and most obvious reason when you should not be investing. And this is one thing that a lot of investment gurus don't really spend a lot of their time talking about. And that's basically if you're living paycheck to paycheck, then you should not be investing. Despite what you see on YouTube about investing $1 a day and how you can get rich off of that, in the real world, that's not going to work. And more importantly, if you're broke and you're living paycheck to paycheck, then you don't have any money to begin with to invest, which leads me to my second point. You should be spending more or most of your time figuring out how to make more money. Whether that's more money in your current job, getting another job, having a side gig or side business, that is way more important, and it's going to give you more money to invest whenever you're ready. So the second reason when you should not be investing is if you have a lot of consumer debt. So what is consumer debt? Well, it's things like your credit cards, car loans, payday loans, and even your student loans and mortgages count as consumer debt. And in this case, most people have a mortgage, so that's going to be their highest debt. And for some people, their student loan is going to be their second highest debt. So in this case, I would really focus on minimizing or ideally removing your lower cost consumer debt so then you can have more money available. And if you're wondering what is a lot of consumer debt, well, the easy answer is if you're living paycheck to paycheck because you have a lot of consumer debt, then that means you're in too much consumer debt. So that is the second reason when you should not invest if you are in a lot of consumer debt. The third reason to not invest is if you have no emergency fund. So ideally, you want to have 3 to 6 months in an emergency fund. And the reason why you want to have this first is because, well, life happens and emergencies come up. And if you have most or all of your money in investments, then it's really not easy for you to take that money out. And at the same time, if your investments are on the downward trend, then you're actually going to be taking a loss. And if you actually made a profit, you actually have to pay taxes on that as well. So there's many good reasons to have a liquid emergency fund available to you before you start investing. Protect your online privacy and keep data brokers from selling your personal information by using Deleteme, the #1 privacy information remover service since 2010. Sign up today and get 20% off your first order. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so the second reason when you should not invest is if you are an impatient person. Despite what you hear on the internet or on YouTube videos, investing is not a get-rich-quick process. And if anything, it's going to be a very long-term process, taking decades to actually achieve any type of significant results. And at the same time, being impatient is going to lead you to other bad investments other than the stock market. So I would highly recommend focusing on your mindset and becoming more patient, because this is definitely going to be a long-term game. And so the #1 and final reason when you should not be investing is if you aren't willing to put in the time and money to invest. So as I stated a little bit earlier on the last point, this is a long-term, lifetime process, and things happen. Regardless of all the statistics and the predictions, you really can't predict what's going to be going on around the world, and you definitely can't predict how your life's going to turn out. And so in this case, I highly recommend that you constantly learn and adapt to changes, and most importantly, learn what investing process is best for your needs and your life versus just blindly following what everybody else is telling you. And so those are my thoughts on the top 5 reasons when you should not be investing. And at the end of the day, it is your money, your time, your life. You choose what investment is best for you. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my money videos, I do have an entire playlist. I'll leave that in the description area below. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe.